Anyway, sorry for my yapping. So here it says here, this is from the Masked Man, and it says, 7 underrated manga you can binge this weekend. So these are brand new mangas, I believe. For those who are looking for new manga out there. So these are 7 brand new ones, and the Masked Man's gonna tell us. So let's see what's there. Hopefully it's something worthwhile. Hopefully it's something that we haven't seen before, because I get annoyed when we seen like the same ones that's always constantly being recommended.
Dreamman says it's a matter of time.
So let's see how it go.
Bright Roclos says we'll see.
Love them, need them, but despite my dislike for hot dogs, I'd like to be frank. I've grown sorely sympathetic to those that don't want to catch up to a 400 chapter plus story that is on hiatus. So if you will be so kind, I would like to go station to station and see what is in store for us today. This one would like to extend a gift. Time is time, so here are some you can catch up to now. Yusugoi is not the rec I want to give since I did that already, but the mangaka who took a break in the middle of working on that series to do a boxing match is now doing a boxing manga.
Dreamman says matter of time you going to join the dark side.
And myself needs to be honest. I love boxing.
No, I don't know where you hear that.
Bam Rodriguez, and while Canelo and Terrence Crawford might be bigger names here in the United States, if you've been out of the loop of boxing for the last 10 years, please check out Alexander Usyk. Now when it comes to boxing manga, they are so capable of punching the soul and inspiring. It's a hard type of story to fuck up. In regard to this, it follows a pro boxer that awakens from a 2-year coma, only to be screwed over by the Don Kings of his world. The thing is, it seems he doesn't wish to take his revenge as a boxer, but now as a promoter. The puppet has chosen to become the puppet master. I love manga I can fall into, and this one is so much fun. The main character is easy to get behind. Now, if I stay loyal because he is worth loyalty, will have to be seen. Yusugoi had a main character with a lot of history that was largely completed, so I'm curious if the same will be done again. I think maybe a little bit because we've already established early on that this is a character with a lot of history in regards to the people he's interacting with, but I'm getting ahead of myself. For now, we have sick, memorable characters off the rip, and the artwork is a testament to why manga is so easy for me to love. This was made by a very passionate person. The flow of the punches, the sick standstill shots, and of course the absurd expressions. A little absurdity goes a long way, and I doubt this series will slow down or let me down in the long run. Today's video is sponsored by Apocalypse Scarlet Covenant, a 2D Kimono Girl card anime RPG packed with stylish combat and some truly incredible character designs. Starting August 24th,
God damn! No way. No way. Did you guys see that?
Bright Roclos says fair enough.
Fair enough. Bro. Holy shit. Oh my god, that was some hubbubaloos, bro. I don't know what the hell?
Launches. This mode lets you interact with AI-powered witches, unlock unique storylines, train them, and even boost your entire squad in battle.
Oh my
progression,
fucking
character bonding, and yeah, some very suggestive visuals. Also, beginning August 17th, the 150-day sign-in event goes live, giving you the chance to claim up to 24 SSRs, 6 ultra rares, and Witch Printy completely free just by logging in. And during this time period, you can grab up to a 2,000% rebate from August 17th to September 6th. This rebate event is exclusive to players logging in through the GT Arcade accounts. And of course, this is also when the Witch's Whisper event drops, featuring the arrival of the most powerful new character, Ana, alongside her Oath outfit for Sparta's wedding. She's one of the strongest damage dealers in the game, and her design speaks for itself. So if you've been waiting to build your roster, now's the time. So don't wait. Check the pinned comment and description below to download Apocalypse Scarlet Covenant. Dive into the Witch's Den and grab Ana and her outfit while you can.
What the fuck?
I think that talking about one's favorite thing for a job is awesome. It is, but what I don't like about it is that I have to lie a little sometimes in order to earn your precious attention. Like the chick in the thumbnail. That is from the lewd and comedically gifted mind of the prison school mangaka, titled Super Ball Girls. I am in awe of how good this
Hello, hello, hello. Hello, CTK. CTK.
Brightro says Reddit.
Reddit?
I'm also in awe that this has 40 plus chapters. So this is the lie. I was going to recommend this thing about a man that hates his job and ends up with a harem of hot women that reproduce through kissing, but myself would
said hi.
They reproduce by just kissing them? Oh my god. Oh my god. Bro, what? They reproduce
Currency exclamation mark CTK
by just kissing them.
Currency asks, how is your day going, Carrot?
It's going pretty good. I hope your day is going well. It's going okay, I think. But what the fuck? Like, wait. I remember I saw an anime, like a clip of an anime. I don't know what it was called. Probably Brian might knows what I'm talking about. Where a dude accidentally like grabs the ears of a anime girl. It was just literally like an out of context type thing. He grabs the ears of a bunny anime girl. I think she has a bunny. Or a tail. I think it was her ears. And she ended up instantly getting pregnant. She instantly got pregnant, like almost instantly. Do you know what I'm talking about, Bri, by any chance? Like, it was the most bizarro thing I ever seen. Like, the dude grabbed her ears because I guess she wasn't listening or something. She got like, you know, weak. And then weak in the legs. And then all of a sudden she got instantly pregnant. I was like, what? What the fuck? He just grabbed her ears. How is that? Okay. I was like, you know what? I don't know if I want to see this. Or I want nothing to do with it at the same time. I couldn't tell. But I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to watch this. Just couldn't know what it was called.
CTKXD exclamation mark currency said even flabbergasted by the towel.
Yeah, but like how? She was in like a kimono, I think, and then she was not paying attention to him or she was not listening to him. He tried to get her attention and he grabbed her ears. Not out of like spite or anything, just to grab her because I guess she was not like listening and she was being hysterical. And then as soon as he grabbed her ears, she got on her knees and literally like got all weak in the knees, you know what I'm saying, like how anime gets. And then all of a sudden she instantly got pregnant right there, bro. It was blown away. He's like, what the fuck? It's like, what? I need to find it. I need to find that anime just to know what I'm talking about.
I'd actually like to take this moment to recognize the tragedy of the prison school author. Venture with me into the land of imagination and picture your best work, as your least known. So instead, I am going to ask that if you are going to read any of his works, read Me in the Devil Blues.
Brightro says, yeah, not that one.
The future. Crazy fucking
damn it!
timing.
I was so hoping that Brian knew.
It turned out that the series just came back because it was on hiatus for fucking forever and it literally just came back. I don't know how the fuck I keep doing it, but anyways, back to the video. Me and the Devil Blues is about
Bro,
RJ
if that
and
happened in real life, if there was like bunny girls, like real anime, but like real women with bunny ears, and you can get them pregnant by touching their ears, there has to be serious laws in place. I think segregation will be needed at that point. Like legitimate segregation. I'm dead serious, bro. Like literally of the sexes from that point. Like there's no question at that point. There's no way. There's no way. Tell me, how can you let like men and women like work together, and if there's an accidental touch of the ears for whatever reason?
Currency exclamation mark CTKXD exclamation mark currency said damn, basically indirect marriage at this point.
Right?
Face emoji, pensive face.
There has to be segregation between men and women at that
says,
point.
yeah, I'm wearing gloves.
Yeah, you gotta wear gloves. Like men and women have to. Well, I don't know if men can get pregnant. Well, not men get pregnant. I don't know if like.
It's 3 a.m. here, new moon face emoji.
I don't know. It will be vice versa in the same way as like how the anime works, but it was just showing that one. So like, if anything, men have to wear gloves at all times. It'll be almost like a felony not to have them on. Like you have to have it on. Because you never know, you might touch the wrong person, especially a female, and then get them pregnant almost instantly. That'd be crazy. What are you drawing? I'm doing an animation study of trying to keep the motion and consistency. That's what I'm doing.
Misadventures, the blues player that made a deal with the Red Devil. This is based off the very infamous stories behind the real-life Robert Johnson, and how people believed he made a deal with the Devil of the Crossroads, which is how he gained his insane ability to play music. The mangaka's stellar artwork...
Right? Imagine a kid... Like, it's not even like a... Imagine, like... You hold a baby. and the baby touches the ears of the anime girl, or like the woman with the bunny ears. Instantly gets pregnant by said baby.
CTKXD exclamation mark currency said help her kid.
That'd be crazy.
Face emoji, loudly crying face emoji.
Bro became a dad before he even was able to walk. That'd be crazy.
Thought-provoking, even though my thoughts are provoked reading his other stuff, but there feels to be a legitimate piece of value to this that I could take away as a story. Although Prison School is hilarious, it is a little tragic that the author is mainly known for haha horny. This one will even accept if you read it after reading Superball Girls, if you really need to. Sick freak. You owe yourself a good story to read. Great art does not require suffering first, so if you feel like skipping Superball Girls and just going straight into Me and the Devil Blues, trust me, you will not regret it. Fear. You feel it, I feel it, but what if you could sell it? In a whimsical town, a frog moves in and sees all the stores there is, and one that sells fear boxes. Opening them reveals a tale of horror. But something is clearly off with this rabbit, and something more sinister is in the air. If only the title was as serious as the premise. The creepy and freaky
we all do.
is a fun read for those that are fond of short horror stories like the Junji Ito works, Shintaro Kago's works, and PTSD Radio. I'm excited to see how this story develops with this, if it all connects similar to PTSD Radio, or remains open and disjointed. I'm sure they'll all connect since we are already seeing ties between the stories and it's seeping into the real, or well, the cartoon real world. The cartoony presentation could enhance the moments of horror for some, but I can also see it being a distraction and reset of tense buildup. Out of all the horror manga I've read, the presentation of this remains unique. I commend its uniqueness, at least in manga, so I definitely don't view the cartoony style as a mistake. In fact, as the great Bob Ross said, there are no mistakes. Just new dance moves. Something like that. Next stop. Great artwork seems to be the recurring attraction. Boichi, known for his manga Sunken Rock and...
Can I say a shark fact? The shark, but it's not relevant to what we're doing, but you can put one, I guess. And don't go crazy with it.
and some of his illustrations of Oda's One Piece, The Martial King. The first chapter is pretty far out. Legendary outlaw says his son is coming to kill him, a man with golden arms known as the greatest to ever do it. Time jumps and we see a young man carrying a gargantuan coffin, and when cornered, he uses the cross coffin as a weapon. It only gets more absurd from here, by the way. Now I know what you're thinking. Yes, the main character looks like Ace. Another thing is, this is very nostalgic of manga in the 2000s. Pirate King, Shaman King, even a decade later we have Wizard King, now we have Martial King. Similar to how video games get a remake, a modern paint job, this does feel like a story made in 2004 but illustrated in the 2020s.
I know this might sound kind of ridiculous to a degree, but for those who are familiar with Shaman King, would you watch Shaman King in Bocchi's art style? Like, would that be a seller to most people for those who know what Shaman King is? Would you watch Bocchi? Like, you know how he did the One Piece?
Brightroclose says yes.
You would? I think I would. His style is very specific and very, he has like a JoJo-esque type art style when it comes to detail.
While you charge up, you don't get charged at all.
Brightroclose says 100%.
Artextric deletes you.
Let me see, yeah, 100%. I think I will watch it, because when he did the One Piece one, I was like kind of crazy. It was crazy. So I don't know, like, Yo and Bocchi's like art style, I don't know. That sounds very interesting. I would love to see that, just to see as like a one shot, like he did with the One Piece thing with Ace. I would like to see a Shaman King version. That'd be really cool.
It can be felt in the humor and tropes. I bring this up as an observation. I can't decide if it's a praise or criticism yet. The pacing was, and is a jump scare though, since anything I thought was going to be a long-term thing gets dealt with in the next chapter. Point being, this could very well remain easy to catch up to when Boichi gets bored of cowboys. Still, I don't want to understate how cool this series is to read so far. By the way, if you are currently enjoying your trip, you can hit the like button and the one that says subscribe. The beast of gluttony is a force that only cares about one thing: eating. And it will not stop until entire nations are destroyed. Summoned by a madman that wishes to see only one thing: the destruction of humanity. But the beast does not care for such silly things. It only cares for its next meal. This manga is titled Your Mother. Sorry, there must have been an error on the note cards. Yatara is a horror comedy manga, as this being of doom encounters these kids, which he originally plans to eat after feeding them and taking care of them for a while, but then begins to change the more time he spends with them, taking on a protector role and slowly changing as we begin to learn the origins of this beast. While I was looking forward to some really disturbing horror, seeing this type of being find itself growing and changing is rather wholesome, and I see this being a pretty fun watch in between a bunch of different anime once this does get an adaptation. Well, if it gets an adaptation. Ooh. Remember that artsy bullshit this one said about no mistakes, but new dance moves, quote-unquote happy accidents? What I'm about to admit was a bit of a mistake, the very least unhealthy. I reread Shamo, Pun Pun, and then 3 Days of Happiness back to back to back. Shamo was infuriating again. Pun Pun uncorked the emotional bottle, and I left that story with a far more hopeful aftertaste, thankfully. But 3 Days of Happiness peeled open my chest once again and left a little note. This story is about a man who sells the remaining years of his life in pursuit of happiness,
Lyric
learning to value the time he has and realizing that he indeed wants to live. We often live with the laziness that we are immortal, or with the anxiousness that it will all end tomorrow. Putting yourself in the mind frame
You better have the fist of God at that point.
Makes you ponder what are the things most important to you, and what are things you regret never doing. It's a tragic story, and more so a tragic romance, and I cannot even begin to really put it into
Bro's playing Hollow Knight music. What the fuck? Hollow Knight's just everywhere now. Bro's playing Hollow Knight 1 music. That's crazy. I just recognized the music just now. I'm like, wait, that's from Hollow Knight 1. I think that's like the opening menu. I'll tell you something, the score in Hollow Knight is insane. Like, orchestrative wise, like, it's just, like, it's so, like, melancholy. It's crazy. I love the soundtrack, especially when you go to like the water worlds, like with the rain and stuff, and or like the what's that one world in Hollow Knight? It's like not a forest. It's like a essentially a foliage, like a foliage type world. Yes, very nice music, beautiful music.
What I will say before we move on quickly from this nostalgic spot is I am glad that it seems to mean more to me now than it did when I read it years ago. Well, that seems to have been our final stop. Thank you so much for accompanying me on this quick little trip, and I'll see you on the flip side.
Not gonna lie, I'm kind of disappointed in this video. Not against Masked Man, but this video... How old is this video? This video came out... Fuck, when did this come out? When did this come out?